take the accessories off first. Get those out of our way so we can get a better lifting point. It's always fun to get new stuff. This box here should be our blades. That's heavy. So we've got hold of here. And down to the big box. The guys at Woodland Mills made this exceptionally easy to order. I will say the transport driver, as we were offloading from the semi onto this trailer, was telling me he's delivered 6 of these this week. And he was also saying that they can be cumbersome to get on smaller trailers. Now I had to meet him 2 miles up the road because our county road is too narrow for a semi to roll down, and it took us about 5 minutes to get it off of his truck and probably another 10 minutes to get this thing as you see it now. Of course, there was a little conversation involved as well. Look at that, that thing's wrapped in steel. They're not messing around with their packaging. Look at that. But having something this heavy delivered to your home, it's always nice to know how big your driveway is or your county road is to make it accessible for whomever's delivering it for you. This thing is just under 1,000 pounds. And also something that would be worthy of mentioning, if you have like a blacktop driveway or something like that, you may not want a heavy semi pulling up on your blacktop. So this was just easier to meet him at the local parking lot, and like I said, we had this thing loaded up in no time. So if you're ordering something like the Woodland Mills 126, or even up, they have bigger mills available, keep the shipping side of it in mind. You definitely don't want to have a 80,000 pound truck sitting in your driveway that has fallen through either your concrete or your blacktop, and then having to deal with all of that, right? Glad to get this thing unboxed so we can get the heat back on. Oh boy, there's the magic. Definitely packaged in there, isn't it? And most of these items will be heavy, so dig in here and see what we've got. Get this guy down out of the way. Hey, a little box. And even it's heavy. Now this packing crate is well designed in my opinion. They took this a step above origami. Protect it well. I don't see any rips or anything like that in the packaging. Down to the engine is leaning onto these boxes, so I want to be real careful here. I don't want to bend anything or grab a hold of the wrong spot to lift this up out of here. We need to remove some of the packaging so I can see a little better. Definitely don't want to scratch our new paint. There's a lot of cables that is involved in the packaging back here. And until I can see a little better, I don't want to bend something out of place. Because like I said, this is, I'll push up on this is resting on these boxes here. A little bit more. Come up here and push the front of it out. Okay, it's just our loading block right underneath it. And I got our hoist out of the way. Now these two packing blocks that was underneath our frame here, don't discard these. We're going to need this. We're going to lay these on this opposite side here of the saw head. Remove these two bolts from the steel frame and cover this up with cardboard that they have supplied. then we're just simply going to lay this saw head over. There's no place to lift up on this, because if you put a strap in here and get into the side of your electrical fittings or anything that has to do with the engine compartment, you're probably going to have some problems there. We're going to have enough flex in this. Get that folded outside of the corners here. And we're just going to bend these supports down. So I'm going to try to get these smashed down as flat as I can before I get my cardboard laid down here. Now this thing is heavy, so a little bit of caution here. You don't want it just to flop over. Just have to clear that corner down there. Fold these cables up and out of the way. I don't want them falling down and getting trapped underneath here. Like I said, guys, this thing is still heavy. I definitely don't want to grab any of the fittings or anything like that for a leverage point. Cardboard slid up tight. Feet back out of the way. And now they can sit there until we're ready for the assembly. And that gives us access to remove the rest of the parts now. This is also a great time to mention that this is not shipped with any fuel in it. This is our fuel cap with some tape over it, and it does not have oil in the engine. So after we get everything to where we can stand it up and actually get it in place, fuel and oil has to go in first before you attempt to start it. And I'm going to double check and make sure nothing is inside this fuel tank, since it's exposed like that, before I actually put fuel in as well. Well, we've managed to get it unpacked without any kind of damage, so that's a plus. And again, being able to fold the steel down, the fact that they give us everything we needed in order to lay this thing over. Now we will go forward with the assembly process in the next video, more than likely, and everything can get assembled from this point and then stood up. And I'll unpack these heavier boxes as I go. This is going to be our track. These two right here will be part of this frame. So then once we get to that stage, I can actually get this crate out of the way as well. I've got a use for this in mind already. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I really hope this helps you as far as unpacking the unit past this point, assembly, and we'll be ready to use it. Thanks for watching. I'll talk to you on the next one.